down the rabbit hole again, and as I fall I can feel the pain. You can't tell me where to go, so I don't know, I just go with the flow. I go with the flow. I'm falling up, I'm falling down, from the sky and from the ground. Up above just like below, and I don't know where I should go. 'Cause I'm stuck in limbo. I'm out of love, but I guess I deserved it. Trying to hide, to pass you by. I'm getting down, feeling fine. I'm light as air, no one can reach me. Lost in a dream, lost in between. Let's keep on flying, let's keep on breathing. I'm falling up, I'm falling down.
Good day, everybody. Let's grab our poles, not our skis yet, unfortunately, because I think we might be able to ski in the field there, but you can kind of see the stubble there still. I mean, there's a little bit of new snow again now. It's very fluffy though, so I think we'll keep it with the walking thing today. Just grab my poles. And it is minus 12 probably outside, and it is windy, so pretty cold, but should be okay with the clothes I got. Plus we're gonna be moving about, so should be fine. Don't want to be just standing still on a day like this, not doing anything. But yeah, since we rolled, you can still see like the tracks. There's maybe like 2 or 3 centimeters new snow on top of the rolled snow, so not really enough to snow or to ski. But I think on the field we might next week try, if we get a little bit more, just a little bit more, then we might be able to try on the field at least, on the grass field or stubble field. Bunch of rabbit tracks here, that's for sure. But yeah, I'm guessing the feels like temp is probably minus 15. Might be even more. Yeah, in the forest here there's maybe like 10 centimeters of snow. Not much. But the temp is gonna probably stay like this now for, I think, next week. It looked like minus 10 every day, like pretty much. We'll see if maybe we want to go to the forest after the firewood, because I think now there's a little bit new snow, but hopefully ground has frozen. It should have frozen quite a bit where we were and flattened the snow last week. Ground should have hardened up now. Yeah, like here I could ski with the bad skis here also probably. But 10 centimeters of extra snow, then you could even make the tracks. Here's like mouse tracks. So rabbit tracks, mouse tracks so far. Could see like squirrel tracks. There's usually a squirrel around here somewhere. Here's some tractor tracks. Here we sank in a little bit when we did this. Like here it was muddy. Now it's not muddy here anymore. Almost no snow and minus 10 or more for like a few days. Now this tractor should not go in here anymore. Oh, here's some it's rabbits. It looked like some bigger almost. I think it's just rabbit tracks. It was like jumping around there all the way to there. But yeah, now with this loose snow, now it's very easy to see all the animal tracks. Very, very easy to see anything. There's some mouse tracks, rabbit tracks, hare tracks. Some weird big tracks right here. I don't know what that is. And it seems like the hares have been hiding there under the trees. There's a bunch of tracks here. It's even snowing a little bit right now, but very, very little. Yeah, it's not bad. Now when I started to walk a little bit, warm up, it's kind of fine. The wind doesn't seem to be too bad either. The snow is again a little bit annoying on the stuff. Hopefully it doesn't go into my mini mini backpack can mess up the streaming gear. That's kind of the biggest worry almost. Yeah, also very slight snow like this is kind of annoying because I think I want to fly the drone in weather like this, because the little bit of snow could go in the electric engines for the or motors for the propellers, and then I don't think you're supposed to, in the rain you're not supposed to fly it, so I think snow is kind of the same thing. But yeah, at some point it's gonna probably stop snowing, then we can fly the drone maybe. The rain should look way different from the summertime when we flew the drone a bit. A little bit more snow and we could call this a proper winter. Now it's still a little bit of a wannabe winter. Also, tomorrow it might be sunny. That means it's also probably gonna be even colder tomorrow. We might try to take down all the Christmas stuff tomorrow, maybe. We'll see. At least the indoor stuff, outdoor stuff. If it's minus 20, then we might wait one day. Yeah, on the plowed field you can still see the dirt, so no chance of skiing there. Way too little snow. I guess that means that the field has frozen quite a bit now also, which should be good for spring. Dirt is all crumbled up. tiny birds in the trees. Yeah, now it's getting like warm actually. Got enough clothes, and when there's not much snow, but even walking through 10 centimeters of snow, it's like creates more heat than walking on just a firm surface. Hands are the only thing. When I don't have my, I really should put the straps on these. Now you kind of have to hold your hand in the same like position all the time, and then the fingers kind of get cooler a little bit. If I could, when you're skiing, you can like let go, grab, let go, grab, let go, which kind of pumps the blood in the fingers. Now it's like kind of holding the hands in the same position all the time, so I have to warm up the fingers a little bit. These gloves are otherwise really good when it's cold. But it's a really big difference if you can do something or keep the hands completely still. Big difference. But yeah, surprisingly it's not cold. Other than the fingers. I got the logging boots with the double socks. So feet are completely fine, and when you're walking, like you're moving the feet all the time, so no problem there. And yeah, like weather like this, it only takes like the right clothes. Then it's not even cold actually. It's like a little over 10, which is not much, to be honest. If you're standing still with a t-shirt, yeah, then it's cold. But with the proper clothes, if I were doing something heavy, then it would be even too much that I have on me right now. Would be hot weather. Sun is even trying to come out now. Not too much, too many clouds, too many clouds. But yeah, tomorrow it's supposed to be like clear skies, so as soon as you get clear skies now, it's gonna drop instantly like 5 degrees probably. Damn, it snowed. Yeah, I mean, it's been like very, very little snowing like this right now. So there's not much snow. You can see there's like maybe 10 centimeters. And it's all like fluffy snow, so it's not much actually. Pretty small amounts of snow still. But the temperatures are pretty cool now. It's like pretty normal, I guess, for this time of the year. Like -10. Maybe even, well, yeah, maybe a little bit on the colder side, but quite normal, I would say. Never seen snow. Well, now you have seen. And this is like when the snow is cold. It's like this. It's almost like sugar or salt or something. When it's like cold snow. Then when it melts and freezes again, then it's like much harder. Now it's, yeah, basically powder. Like flour or sugar or salt or something like that. Fluffy. Fluffy snow. A little bit in the trees even. If it's really windy, then the snow falls down from the trees, but there's a little bit stuck in the trees. Weird winter in Norway as well, almost snow and 15. -15. Oh yeah, -15. Yeah, it's a little bit, but it's here it's pretty normal. I mean, the only thing that maybe on average there should be a little bit more snow, but yeah, every winter is a little bit different. A lot of variation. Missing about 3 meters. Oh wow. Then you must be somewhere up in the mountains where you get like crazy amounts of snow. Not good for the ski resort snow. Like usually I have a ski track made at this point of the year, but there's not enough snow here. I could maybe ski on the one field that's like a grass field. But yeah, even there you can kind of see the grass there, so we might try someday to ski there, but wouldn't need much more. Like 10 centimeters extra, then I could ski. So hopefully this like very tiny snow we have now, hopefully it adds up to 10 centimeters. But yeah, at this pace it's gonna take a long time. Very light snowfall. But yeah, at least it's cooler now. I mean, it wasn't... at Christmas we still had no snow and it was like +5, so... at least it's cooled down now, like that's one step. One step of getting and keeping snow is maybe being mostly below 0. Any ice fishing going on? Not too much here. I mean, there are some lakes. This is Finland, so there is lakes everywhere, but not too much around here. I've never done it myself, like ice fishing. But yeah, you usually see some people around doing the ice fishing. As soon as there's like 1 centimeter of ice, then some people are crazy enough to go out and try some ice fishing. And now there could be pretty good ice on the lakes because there's no snow, but it's relatively cold, so the lakes might have iced over now. Any wolves? For sure some wolves in our area. In the last, I think in the last 2 years I've seen a wolf twice on this field here. And possibly tracks a 3rd time. So yeah, definitely wolves around here. And there's also like there's an internet thing that you can go and watch, and then the hunters like put in there if they have seen wolves. And around this area there has been a lot of sightings, I think, this year. So yeah, for sure wolves around here. And some bears too. And a lot of deer and moose and yeah, foxes and rabbits and yeah, like not the bobcat but the lynx. So we basically have everything here except the wolverine. We don't have the wolverine here. And I guess we don't have the reindeer. They're more north. I hear it's been a significant growth of wolves in Finland past years. Yeah, it's been. So first we got the wild boars, more of them. Then we got more deer. Then those are like prey for the wolf. And then when you get more feed, then you get more wolves. So it's very like kind of predictable that would happen. And now, yeah, this year they are allowed to hunt wolves for the first time. So I think they've already shot like 10 or 15 wolves in Finland now this year. But that's a new thing. It's the first year this year where you're allowed to shoot the wolves or like hunt them. But yeah, the wolves, of course, not dangerous for humans really, but they have taken like a lot of sheep, dogs, animals like that are definitely in danger. Humans not so much. I mean, technically a wolf could take like a kid or something, but that hasn't happened in like 150 years here, so they're not dangerous for humans, but pretty dangerous for sheep and smaller animals like that. But yeah, when I'm walking around, you can see here's like some mouse tracks, I think. And then we saw like rabbit tracks in many positions or many places. That's the one good thing when you get like puffy snow like this. It's very easy to see all the animal tracks now. Before you can't see them, but now they're very, very easy to see. We can even see that there's some sort of Bigfoot thing walking around here too. Don't hear the woodpecker today, but there's usually in these big trees with the dead top, there's usually the woodpecker chipping around too. Beating its head against the wall. Do I trap? No. There's one neighbor that I think earlier he did some trapping, but I think he does not really do it anymore. I think he's like older now, so I think he only hunts like moose now. But yeah, trapping it's not very common in Finland at all, I would say. Like maybe in the northern parts a little bit more, but here in the south I think it's not that common. But yeah, you could do it for certain animals like, yeah, rabbits. I don't know if the wild boars, if it could be good to trap them. Maybe if you could build some sort of like bigger trap. You have wolves for sure. Seen wolves, or I've seen a wolf with my own eyes actually a couple of times. And then tracks maybe a couple of more times. So yeah, for sure there are wolves here now. There wasn't really like, more than 5 years ago there was really no wolves around, but I think they have multiplied a little bit now. Yeah, the wolves have multiplied actually to a level where this year is the first year when it's allowed to, you're allowed to hunt wolves. You still need some sort of permit, but it's the first year where it's actually allowed. When I was younger, heard wolves howl. Yeah, I haven't heard them. I just saw like a couple of times. It was on this very field here. I was back at the farm, but I saw like a wolf. I happened to just look out of the window, and then I saw like a wolf running along the field. And then of the one of them, I actually got like a picture, and I would say it's definitely a wolf. It kind of looked like a dog in a way, but I'm pretty sure it was a wolf. But yeah, it was just like one wolf. I haven't seen like a big wolf pack or anything like that here. Then it would be almost like scary if you would be outside and hear like multiple wolves at the same time. That could kind of be a little bit scary, maybe. Definitely now at a level where you don't want to be barehanded too much here. If I start freezing anything, then it's like the fingers that are the ones that get cold first. Everything else is really fine with this kind of temp. For sure it's draining the cell phone battery. I think we started with like 95%. Now in 1 hour it's gone down to like 65%. That's where I notice the colder temperatures most. The battery is draining a lot faster. Usually it takes maybe max 20% per hour. Now it's like 30% per hour. 35% per hour. Well, it's kinda enough. We can stream for an hour and a half. That's kinda good. bear spray much more effective than gun rifle. Yeah, it depends. If the bear is like scared of the gun sound, then that on its own should scare it away. But I mean, if the bear is not scared of that, then you actually have to hit something. And at very close range, of course, bear spray is probably better. But yeah, it's the same thing with the bears. They're not really that dangerous for humans, but there's been definitely some close encounters in Finland with bears, but I don't think anyone has really got injured even in a long time. But people have definitely seen bears, even at pretty close range. But yeah, I don't carry bear spray or anything. The only thing we have here is like these sticks. I guess the ends are pretty sharp here, but just gotta poke the bear in the eye. Very easy, probably. Now, but I think a really good safety thing against both the bear and the wolf is if you're like talking when you're walking, then you kind of make sure that the bear is gonna see and hear you before you hear the bear. So then it has plenty of time to like evacuate or go off to the side. If you kind of sneak up on an animal, that's when it's dangerous, I think. Then you could end up in a bad situation. Like when I'm walking around here, I'm having so much noise that there's no chance that any bear is gonna be close or anything like that. Yeah, any kind of like noise. I'm sure the bear has like better hearing than humans. It probably has better hearing and better like smells things better than humans. So yeah, if you wanna see a bear, then you pretty much gotta set up a camp in the middle of the woods, be completely quiet, be inside like a building or a tent. That way you maybe maximize your chance of seeing anything. Because like this, when you're walking, there's literally no chance of seeing a bear or anything. Or pretty much zero. Pretty low chance at least. Yeah, the bears and wolves, they don't see humans as food. As long as the animal is like at least healthy. Like you could get like an injured. If the animal is injured or has some disease or something, then they could behave more erratically. But for the most part, yeah, not dangerous actually. And there's probably, for the bears, it's probably a little different. Like we have the brown bear here. I think that one is more, I think the grizzly bear or some of the bigger bears might be maybe a little bit more dangerous. Not an expert, but I think some of the North American bears are maybe a little bit more dangerous. Like the polar bear for sure. That one kinda sees humans as food. At least almost. Or at least more than normal bears, I think. But yeah, not too many people live where the polar bear is. Yeah, the sun is trying to come out there, so tomorrow I think it's gonna be colder than today. Black bears are very chill. Yeah, maybe they're more like brown bears. But there's like the brown bear, grizzly bear, black bear, polar bear, probably some more bears even. Teddy bear. The teddy bear is not too bad. Now the snowing has pretty much stopped. It's been like this for a few days where it's like kinda snowing, but yeah, it's very, very light snow. As soon as you walk a little bit, you can see the grass is coming out. Very, very light snow. But yeah, we will, at the end we can go check if the field, like if there's more snow on the field. I think there's less snow on the field. But maybe, like even 5 more centimeters of snow. Then you could probably roll the snow on the field and probably get skiing. This gotta be one of the latest times where I have still not skied at all this winter. Usually you get something in December already, but not this year or this winter. Yeah, when you do like this, this weather is not bad. Just wish we had a little bit more snow, but hopefully it arrives at some point. It's not, at least this snow is not gonna melt away anytime soon. Because I think the next like 10 days at least, it's gonna be pretty much only below freezing, so. All the new snow we get is gonna just keep adding up, I think. Yeah, we can walk maybe until like 15, like 20 more minutes. And it should be a decent workout. Still burning away Christmas stuff. I still got like a bunch of Christmas chocolate left, like so much. So trying to slowly eat a little bit of chocolate pretty much every day. Trying to avoid overdosing on the chocolate at least. Nice track. Yeah, we're kind of walking a kind of a loop here. Here I go like back and forth. Part of this is gonna be the ski track eventually, if we get enough snow. But so far it's just a Nordic walking track. It's pretty nice when it's inside the forest here. There's less wind. Out on the field I think it's actually pretty windy today. So there's some wind protection, which is kind of crucial when it's not cold, it's like -10, maybe a little bit more, but with the wind chill it feels like a lot cooler. Here it's the same part. Here I usually make the ski track somewhere around the field there, then it comes here. Then I can drive here with the tractor and then up there and back out to the field. Just missing a bit of snow now. You can see as soon as you like walk, you expose the grass here. We gotten about 10 inches. 10 inches, that's a decent bit. That's like almost like 30 centimeters. That would be, if we would have that here, then I would be skiing right now. That's probably pretty close to what we normally have here in the winter. Like it's usually like maybe like a foot or whatever that is. That's the normal amount of snow in the winter, I guess. And then it can be anywhere from this, like almost nothing, up to like 2 feet here. That's usually like somewhere in between there. It's very varying from winter to winter here. You might get quite a bit in a couple of days here, and then all of a sudden it might melt away in the middle of the winter also. When you were a kid, probably 50 inches. Yeah, that's true. When I remember when I was a kid, it was much more like consistent. Like when you, or at least that's how I remember it. Like you always got snow in December, and then it stayed snowy all the way to like at least late March, and then everything melted. Now it's like you might get this, then middle of January everything might melt away, then you might get like half a meter, then it all again melts away. Like it's more like, it feels like it's more random these days. But that's just how I remember it, of course. Mind can play tricks on you, but yeah. We definitely had, there's a few years ago where there was quite a bit of snow. And last year we had a lot of snow in November of all months. We had like 2 feet in November. And then it all melted away in 2 days. And then the rest of the winter was like this. Almost no snow. So that was kind of weird. That November was our snow month. And this year we got the first snow of the year after Christmas. So the whole November, December had absolutely no snow. But yeah, that's one thing that, especially as a farmer, you definitely pay attention to the weather quite a bit, and no 2 years have been the same so far. Yeah. We have been farming with my brother now for like about soon like 10 years, and no 2 years have been the same. It's always different. And yeah, from before when I was a kid also, then you maybe didn't pay too much attention to the weather, but yeah, it's always kind of different. But yeah, one thing that's probably true is that the average temperature yearly is like a little bit warmer now, because we have pretty damn hot summers here and the winters are really not that cold. So that's probably one thing that's kind of true. What crops? We mostly grow like small grain, I think you call it in English. Like oats and wheat and barley, and last year we even had some peas. Have I thought about hemp? I think you can grow it, but I don't know what the price is. And yeah, I think you can actually grow it, because I saw they did some like testing in Finland. And I think you can harvest it with a normal combine. But it's really hard on the combine, I believe, because the straw, or whatever you call it, it's really like tough. So it's really hard on the combine, I think. But yeah, I believe you don't need any fertilizer for it, or yeah, we could grow it organically pretty easy, I think, but I haven't even done any like research really. But yeah, especially if you farm like conventionally here, like the normal grain prices are completely in the tank right now, like really bad prices, and all the fertilizer and everything is really expensive. So I think a lot of the conventional farms around here, they really have to think next year, like probably not worth putting any wheat or stuff like that in, because unless the prices come up on the conventional grain, it's like they're really low at the moment and costs are high. At least the organic prices haven't dumped yet, which is, you never know with the prices. Actually, since the fall, the peas have come up a bit, and the wheat has also, I think, come up a bit. And the organic oats is like the same, I think, from the fall. Too much supply, yeah, for the conventional grain especially. Luckily it seems like there seems to be a good demand for the organic stuff. At least the organic oats, it seems like they actually make a lot of stuff from it. So there's a pretty good demand, I think. That's why next year we're actually gonna have only oats. two different varieties, but only oats and a little bit of green manure, which basically means grass field. Grass field that only gets mowed. So that's our plan for next year. Or this year. Damn, it's 2026, I need to try to hammer that into the head. This year, I'm gonna have a bunch of oats. So then if the prices stay like they are now and we get a rainy summer, then this will be a good year. Just a few buts and ifs in there. Oh yeah, Happy New Year, Jim. Yeah, we're gonna keep going a little bit here, not too much more. Done 1.5 hours should be pretty good. Good workout for today. Yeah, some of the hunters are driving around on the road, I think. Yeah, just normal car. It is... Yeah, the road, there's even... That road has not been plowed, but there's so little snow that you can still just drive around with a car everywhere. Not much snow. But yeah, probably also soon we can sell the wheat from last year. Because the wheat, organic wheat prices, they're not gonna go up, I think, anymore. But they might drop, so probably a good idea to sell the wheat soon. It's gonna be one full load on the semi-truck, I think. And then sell the peas at some point later. Yeah, 3 p.m. I think the Tour de Ski was gonna continue like 4. Or it maybe even after 4. Gonna go watch that and then yeah, just take it pretty easy here on a Sunday. Then tomorrow we'll throw all the Christmas stuff out. Actually, now the fingers feel good also. It just took a long time for the fingers on hands to warm up. Yeah, it was like after 1 hour. Now it feels perfectly good. Took surprisingly long. Getting older here, so it takes apparently it takes 1 hour to warm up the fingers. Get the blood pumping. Lubricated the door hinge. Everything is squeaky. Everything is getting dry. Need to lubricate the treadmill. Need to lubricate the door hinges. Everything needs some lubrication. Yeah, here you can feel the wind here when you're out on the field almost. Better in the forest. Yeah, we lost half the battery in the phone. Camera seems to be working fine though, which is fine. Yeah, this will be much better if someone remembers last winter when we tried to stream with the damn GoPro wirelessly. No, that was hell. That was hell. Now this camera, it's got one cable going to my mini backpack or like sports belt, whatever you want to call it. But this setup is so much better than last winter. No backpack. It's just like one strap around the midsection here and just a little repurposed sports belt with a battery and encoder and then one cable going up to the camera. So much more reliable than last year. Holy moly. I'm never streaming with the GoPro that I have ever anymore, and that's for sure. Most reliable thing ever. Unreliable thing, I mean. This camera and Sony I have, pretty much never any issues with the camera. If you see the picture go out or something, it's usually not the camera. It's usually the internet crapping out. Yeah, at some point, if stream goes out, it's pretty much always the internet. Like I've had the OBS like hang a few times, but that's very rare. Almost always it's network issues, internet issues. We're doing a lot of wireless stuff here, so sometimes it just cuts out. But knock on wood, at least the internet from the streaming computer to the internet, that has been solid now for quite a bit. And usually from here to the streaming computer, it's also kind of been fine. We almost had more issues with the streaming computer internet. But yeah, we can go back now to the farm and then we can see if there's more snow on the field. If there would maybe be enough to roll it another time with the tractor and roller and then ski at some point. Probably could ski with the bad skis. Let's go check the field, see how much there is. How much snow. Yeah, on the field it's more like being more windy, so some places there's more and some places less. Here's where I did roll the track. Maybe when I flatten it, maybe it has collected more snow. Like right here, if I flatten this again, I could definitely ski here. I think next week we're gonna roll at least this part that's out on the field here. It's really flat here, so then we can ski next week here. Maybe not tomorrow because it's gonna be like -20 tomorrow. So I don't want to start up the tractor when it's that cold. But maybe on Tuesday even. Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll see what how the weather develops here. But yeah, thanks for watching again, and I will be back probably. We'll see tomorrow. It's gonna be really cold tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see if I have anything to stream tomorrow. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.
I am here in the middle of nowhere. There is no there, it is cold there, but I am safe and I am warm. Although it's hard, I know I gotta keep up. No time to lay to drift away. I fill my space, I spend my time down the rabbit hole again, and as I fall I can feel the pain. You can't tell me where to go, so I don't know, I just go with the flow. I go with the flow. I'm falling up, I'm falling down, from the sky and from the ground. Up above just like below, and I don't know where I should go. 'Cause I'm stuck in limbo. I'm out of love, but I guess I deserved it. Trying to hide, to pass you by. I'm getting down, feeling fine. I'm light as air, no one can reach me. Lost in a dream, lost in between. Let's keep on flying, let's keep on breathing. I'm falling up, I'm falling down, from the sky and from the ground. Up above just like below, and I don't know where I should go. 'Cause I'm stuck in limbo. I'm stuck in limbo.